Lionel Messi has maybe had the best start for any athlete joining a new team. His 1 month at Inter Miami has been absolutely preposterous, so let's relive it one more time. July 17th, a massive unveiling at Drive Pink Stadium. 20,000 fans with a tribute video including Tom Brady, Steph Curry, DJ Khaled, and Gloria and Emilio Estefan. The same day, Sergio Busquets is also unveiled at Miami, Messi's longtime compadre from FC Barcelona, sharing 15 seasons together. July 20th, Jordi Alba signs with Inter Miami. July 21st, Messi plays his first match with Inter Miami for the League's Cup facing Cruz Azul, as the team currently sits bottom of the Eastern Conference table in MLS. He subs in the 54th minute and immediately gets the captain's armband. And just like that, Messi scores the game winner in the 94th minute, which just happens to be a free kick goal. Vintage. July 25th, Inter Miami takes on Atlanta, and the Medicine Man shows up with 2 goals in the first 22 minutes for the Florida side. That match finished 4-0 for Inter Miami. August 2nd, Inter Miami now face state rivals Orlando. Well, no sweat because Lionel Messi does it again, adding another 2 to his tally and winning that match with Miami 3-1. August 6th, finally Miami must travel away from Drive Pink Stadium to face FC Dallas. Messi scores 2 out of the 4 goals for Miami, but this match ends in a 4-4 stalemate, heading to penalties, and of course, Messi opens up the penalty shootouts, burying another one for Inter Miami. Miami wins that match 5-3 on penalty kicks. August 11th, it's the quarterfinals of the League's Cup, and it looks like last place in MLS Miami can actually win this thing. Miami demolished Charlotte 4-0, and of course, Messi is on the board. August 15th, a massive semifinal at Subaru Park against the Philadelphia Union, and my oh my does Miami make a meal out of it. The Herons steamroll Philly 4-1 away from home, and Messi scores the weirdest goal from 70 yards out, going about 30 miles per hour, but it still finds the back of the net. Also, hello Jordi Alba for knocking one in. August 19th, it's time for the final against Nashville, and of course, it's Messi who scored first in what may have been his best goal yet for Inter Miami. A classic Barcelona golazo. Cut through the defense and found what can only be millimeters of space to smash it past 3 defenders and the keeper. This game also goes to penalties after a 1-1 draw in regulation time, and Messi scores again, and after 9 PKs each, Miami managed to win the match. So if you kept up with that, Lionel Messi, since joining Inter Miami just over a month ago, has played 7 matches. He has scored 10 goals with 2 penalty kicks on top of that. He has won his 44th trophy and looks to repeat history with the US Open Cup, which Miami plays in the semifinal tonight. Let's see what La Pulga can do here. That's right, Lionel Messi is back in action tonight, playing FC Cincinnati in the US Open Cup semifinal. Guys, the Messi mania is ongoing. We're going to see him again. 44th trophy, James. It's just like, we can't stop talking about Messi.
Yeah, so we've got to spin the angle here, right? A little bit. Obviously, he's really good, and it's really good for North American football, and what a story for Inter Miami. We get all this.
The Herons.
So the Herons, who we've all learned, are called the Herons. But what's next now? So US Open Cup, right? They are now slight favorites against Cincinnati in the semifinals. They could well win another trophy, right? They could, although Cincinnati's a really good team. To me, it's like, what's next now? MLS is apparently attainable for Inter Miami if you believe the bookmakers. They are second favorites to win MLS Cup, right? Second favorites, which is ludicrous given, look at the standings right now. They're 14 points back of the playoffs. 14 points back, right? 12 games left. It ain't going to happen.
No.
Is it?
They pretty much have to win. If they win outright, I think they finish with 54 points, which would be pretty good. That they might be able to squeeze in.
They better hope that other teams help them out as well.
That's the thing. It's not their whole situation isn't in their hands only. They need other teams around them to drop points, which will probably happen. But is this run by Inter Miami sustainable in league play? Like, I understand, they got Messi, they got Busquets, they got Jordi Alba, and they got a lot better, obviously. But this isn't a knockout competition anymore. This is back to league play, right? So it's not going to extra time. There's no penalties. If a game ends in a draw, you're only picking up a single point. I just think, I know you have Messi, and I know you have the firepower right now, but to to come up with enough points to close the gap to make a playoff spot in MLS Cup is difficult for any team in the league with any player.
I think that if they were only relying on themselves and what they need to do, no problem. I think they can do it. Are you kidding me? It's Messi. Like, I think that's the thing we keep forgetting. He's made teams like Philadelphia, third of the East right now. He's made them fold. He made them fold at Subaru Park. Like,
right.
We've seen what this guy can do. And
I agree.
We keep talking about how whether this is a good or bad thing for MLS because he's making the league look worse than maybe what it is because it's Messi. So I honestly think that if they win, like, they're going to win every game, I think, if they need to. I'm more worried about
in MLS.
Why not? Look at what they've done.
Well, how many games is he going to play?
So, and he's got to be rested at some point.
He has to be rested
Even
at some
Tata
point.
Martino said that at some point we've got to rest this guy.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this. They have to play Cincinnati tonight, obviously. U.S. Open semifinal. I say he'll play that game, but then they play the Red Bull over the weekend. They'll probably rest him for that. The Red Bull are miserable this season. They're not doing great. Keep Boosie and Alba. Taylor's on fire. Martinez is going to take the PKs. Like, what's the other Argentinian guy? Come on.
What other?
Miami?
What other
Cremonesi?
Argentinian guy?
Cremonesi? The Argentinian that plays in the middle with the hair.
Cremonese or something like that?
Cremonesi.
Yeah, Cremonese.
He's been coming on and
He's
playing
so
like
good at that.
Yeah, we all know his name.
But I know what you're saying, but what I'm curious as to how this team is without Leo Messi, right? They've all been elevated with him.
They're the same team that
But
they
it's
were
the same
before.
team that they were pretty much.
Think about how much space Messi affords players like Joseph Martinez and Robert Taylor and the pressure he takes off of these guys. Because all the focus is now on Busquets and Messi, right? You have to pay so much attention to Busquets when he's on the ball because he can make any pass. You know, from 10 yards to 50 yards. What are you laughing about?
Gramashi.
Gramashi.
So sorry.
So I just think you take Messi out of that team, then now you need a player like Taylor, a player like Joseph Martinez. They're going to have all their eyes on them from defenders, not Messi. So there's going to be a lot of space that's gone for them when Messi's not on the pitch.
But how have they grown as a team, as individual players since he arrived?
Yeah,
right?
I'm sure
that's what I'm curious.
I
think they got better, but I don't think they got that good.
Yeah.
That they can guarantee wins without Leo Messi. I mean, come on. There's going to be some draws thrown in those last 12 games or so.
Yeah, and I think they need to prioritize, okay, what do they want? I mean, do you want to win the U.S. Open Cup or do you want to make a serious push for MLS Cup? You have to pick one and determine, okay, well, if it's MLS, try to make the playoffs, then Messi doesn't play in this U.S. Open Cup.
What would you do?
I would go with the U.S. Open Cup because if you win that thing, that's a second trophy.
That's also like 2 matches, right?
Right, it's a second trophy, and the winner of that gets qualification into the FIFA World Cup. Club World Cup.
Club World Cup, yeah.
And the World Cup.
Which is a big deal.
That's massive in 2025.
So they would have the Club World Cup and they would have the CONCACAF Champions League.
And that's the new Club World Cup, by the way.
Yeah.
So those competitions by the end of this tournament would be ticked off already.
This season
so
is
they can go back for MLS next year, like every other year.
And next year is the year for MLS. This year, you get 2 trophies out of his first
especially bringing
6
them
weeks
in
like
not past halfway through the season, like Tata Martino, Messi, Boosie, Alba. Like for them, it's like we literally did everything we could. For
this
you
season
guys.
is
you
already
were
a
already
success.
in the bin. You were at the very bottom.
Yeah,
we won you 2 trophies. We've qualified you for this. Everyone go on holiday. No, I know what you guys are saying. I think it'll be interesting though because Messi, it seems like, is also. I mean, now this is kind of like retirement Messi, I guess, right? We don't know how much he's gonna play, but this guy like plays so much football. He always has. He's like, that's why him and Ronaldo have been so dominant because they're constantly there. So I'm actually curious to see how much resting time that he actually gets. Because if you think about it, like, he's going to have a ton of time off from that he's usually used to playing because it's kind of like opposite, right, with MLS and European football. So
played in the World Cup, though.
Yeah.
He's played
pretty well.
Played
a lot of football this year already, right?
For sure, yeah. There's no doubt. But he's always played a lot of football. I know, I'm just saying, sorry, I think Messi is that kind of player, though, where it's like, that's just who he is. He just plays so much football.
He wants to play, and he's playing with a smile on his face, so he wants to play every game. I get that, but Martino knows him better than most, right? He can't play every game. He just can't.
But what if he subs in? He comes in, he'll score the free kick game winner for you guys. He'll get the job done.
Constantly happening every game.
Every single game. Hey, based on what we've seen, it's happening every single game.
He has 10 goals, James.
It's been a remarkable start,
yeah.
right? But can it really continue at this rate? 10 goals in 7 games?
I'm not going to put my neck out and say it won't because, Jesus, it's been happening this whole time. But listen, for Inter Miami, this season has been a complete success. They won the League's Cup. Now they get a bye in the CONCACAF Champions Cup to the round of 16. So they're already in the knockouts. In the next they call it the Champions Cup now, but it's the Champions League. They're in the U.S. Open Cup, probably going to win it. I know FC Cincinnati is really good. They look really bad, midweek against Columbus, losing 3-0. They're missing, one of their main center backs. Messi's probably going to take advantage of that, and the rest of the team. So let's say you win both cups. You have 2 trophies, you have a bye in the Champions Cup, and you make the Club World Cup. Who cares about MLS?
Yeah, it's actually so true.
Who cares? And he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. You think he cares?
He definitely doesn't care.
No, that's what I mean. Sorry, he does care, but he doesn't care.
He gets an extra long holiday, too. Think about that. He's just,
what a
2
year
months
this guy is.
Unless he gets loaned out somewhere. Alan Beckham.
Imagine that. Imagine he's like,
That's how he gets back at Barcelona.
Well, that's what we're saying. He comes home where he belongs.
Or he goes on loan to
no, get out of here.
Liverpool?
Don't even say
Toronto
it.
FC.
No,
I'm just joking. Hey, Tottenham. Maybe we need maybe.
He wouldn't fit into the system.
No.
All right, guys. Well, I have to ask. Miami, Cincinnati tonight. Cincinnati, the best team in the East.
Right.
Messi scoring tonight.
Is he going to score a goal?
Yeah.
Probably.
Is Miami going to win?
I want to say yes. Obviously, based on what we've seen, it's another knockout fixture. So I'm gonna say yes, but it's gonna be really difficult. I think FC Cincinnati is gonna probably pose one of the most difficult challenges so far with Messi.
Yeah, I think you guys are writing off Cincy. I really do. They're an excellent team. Messi has been incredible. He's been remarkable. I think they're going to crash out tonight to Cincinnati.
Jeez.
He doesn't really believe that.
Yeah,
but Messi might still score.
Yeah.
We also wasn't it you who was saying that Philadelphia was going to be the team that was going to give them a challenge, and we saw how that went. But
they
tonight,
took the penalties last time out.
Yeah.
Inter Miami plus 133 with Cincinnati plus 155 according to North Star Bets. So it is a close one, guys. But Messi back in action tonight. U.S. Open semi-final match.
Room 442 is brought to you by North Star Bets. That's a win.